Welcome back, friends. Today we are going to discuss what the collision is in hash map. So let's. This is a one diagram that I created. That is the internal representation of a hash map. So the hash map actually, as you can see, every object will be put in a bucket, right? So every object has a key, and basically hash map is a key value pair, right? So we want to associate some object with some key. Basically, that's when we use hash map. So a key should be a immutable object. So many times we also end up writing our own custom key classes where it should be immutable, and we have to implement the hash code and equals method, right? Because hash map internally uses hash code method to find out which bucket the object should go, right? So for example, in this representation, as you can see, this 100 Amit next, this object is in bucket 1. So for example, its hash code is 1, so it is in bucket 1. So this object with key 101, its hash code is 2, so it is in bucket 2 in the hash map. Similarly, for key 102, it is in bucket 3 because its hash code is 3, and for key 103, the hash code is 4, so it goes in bucket 4. So based on the key object's hash code, the hash map decide which bucket it wants to add that object in, right? So what happens is, if for this purpose, internally, how the hash map knows which bucket it should put the object in, because we always implement the hash code method, right, when we are writing our own key class. So for example, this is one of the key class that I have created here. This is an employee class. It has a 4 fields: ID, first name, last name, and salary. And it has the getter and setter. This is just a Java bean class, and it has a getter and setter where we implemented hash code and equals, right? So for the demonstration of how the collision will work in the hash map, we are just, like, for example, creating a constant as 1 here, and we are just returning 1 in every case, right? So basically what will happen when we are putting multiple objects in the hash map, all the objects will automatically go in bucket 1, because that is the only thing we are returning here. We are not considering any other factors, right? Means that's why hash map collision will occur. So all the objects will go into same bucket. So for example, let me demonstrate that to you. Here I created a program called as map collision test, and I created 6 employee objects here from E1 to E6, and we are putting those objects into the hash map here, right, one by one. So here we put the 6 employee objects in the hash map, as you can see. And so let me just run this code, and I can show you in the debug mode how the hash map collision will occur, and how the multiple objects will go into the same bucket. So you can just put this kind of you can, in Eclipse, you can debug the program to see this. So if you hover over map and if you make it bigger, then you will see that all the objects are, this is the hash map, right, internally, and it is the table, hash map table, and all the objects are going in only one bucket now, as you can see. So see, like in the bucket 1 you have object with first key, this is ID 1, this is the one employee. Then again, as you can see, it's a linked list, right? Next again is a employee ID 2. If you keep going next, you will see all the employees in the same bucket. This is ID 3. Then if you keep expanding, you will see that this is ID 4, and the next is ID 5, and the next is ID 6, right? So this is ID 6, as you can see. So all the objects that we put, employee objects, are going into the same bucket 1, right? Because the hash code is not properly implemented. We in every case we are just returning 1 as the hash code. So this is what the hash collision is, that all the objects are going into same bucket. Means basically, when we do not implement the hash code function properly, then multiple objects end up going into the same bucket, and it is kind of creating a list inside that bucket, as I showed you here. When you expand, it is a list, all the objects are linked with each other by this next, right? Employee 1 is next, employee 2 next is employee 3, as you can see internally here. And if you expand this, you will just see that it goes until employee 6, right? 3 4 5 and then 6, all the employees are next to each other, so it formed a list actually because of the hash collision. So hash collision is a bad thing, right? Because when you are trying to retrieve object which is from the bucket 1, you have to traverse maybe all the linked list objects, right? The 6 employee objects that you added into this bucket. So it is kind of order of n. So main reason why we use hash map is because we want a constant like order of 1, right? When we are retrieving objects from hash map. So if we use the hash collision, like if hash collision occurs, then the order can go to order of n actually, because it is kind of a linked list that gets created inside the bucket of the hash map. So that's not what we want actually. So we should implement the hash code of the key properly, so the proper hash code method I can just show you. So this is only I created for a demonstration purpose, but in reality if you show, like if you see, this is how the hash code is implemented. We take a prime number and we always multiply this result with prime number. We add the field and its hash code, right? So if it is a string, we will add a string dot hash code method is there. So that's how we create the result. Like we will multiply prime number by the result, and we keep adding the hash code of every field, and that's how we create a hash code. So now let's rerun this program. After we created the hash code, now you will see that all the employees will go into different buckets. So now I will again expand you this hash map. So as you can see now, the here in the table, right? Now you see all the employees are populated in a different buckets, right? As you can see, they are not going into bucket. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. So kind of they are dispersed, right? So they are not going into the same bucket now anymore. So as you can see, this is the only one in this bucket, right? Next is null. So like this, so this is a good way of implementing the hash code method. So now if we do that, we have avoided the hash collision. Now it's not colliding, right? So as you can see, next is null here. So each object is going properly actually in the separate buckets, right? So that is what I wanted to demonstrate and show you, how hash collision occurs and how we should avoid the hash collision in Java, right? So so here, like that's what we have demonstrated. So so this is the correct way. The every object should go ideally into separate buckets. So it will go if we implement the hash code method of our key in correct fashion, right? We should use always prime number, because prime number will generate mostly unique numbers when you are generating a hash code. And similarly, we have to also implement the equals method, and in the equals method we should consider equating with all the fields of the Java bean.